Hello my lovelies. Tonight I'm going to make some red lentil chili. So let's get started. Notice how I've got my top to my Instant Pot turned upside down. That's so that I don't accidentally put my ingredients in there with my liner sitting over here. That's a neat little trick. If you've ever put stuff in there without the liner, you'll know what I'm talking about. Always turn that lid upside down whenever you're working with a recipe. So I've got my liner over here and I'll just be adding the ingredients right in. So I have 2 cups of red lentils and they're dry, and 2 cups is right about a pound. So if you buy it by a pound, put the whole container in there. Okay. And then I've got 2 cups of pinto beans, and I made these before in the Instant Pot, and these have just been sitting in my refrigerator. So they've got seasonings in there. And I'm just going to add them right in. And then I have chopped up 1 red bell pepper. Of course, I lost one in the sink. And 1 behind. So if you've watched me before, you know that I have to actually spill something to offer up my offering for the kitchen gods. And if you don't offer something to the kitchen gods, your food just won't taste right. So you have to spill a little bit, and that's what makes it taste good. All right, we've got 1 can of diced tomatoes, and this has got the basil and garlic and oregano in there. And I like to buy them that way just because it's less spices I have to add. And then I have diced up 1 medium white onion. You can use red if you like, or yellow, doesn't matter. Whatever you got on hand. Don't go out and buy special ingredients just to cook with me. And I've got about 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. And I buy the ones already minced. So that's got some of the juice left in there, because that's what was at the bottom of the jar. And then I've got 1 can of tomato paste. Get as much of that as you can. Okay, then we're going to do about 7 cups of water. So I've got my really big one here. That's 4. And 3 more. And that gives me 7 cups. Then we're going to do our spices. And I've got my 2 tablespoon measure. Now this is my salt-free seasoning, and it's just a blend of spices. Use whatever salt-free seasoning you like. I don't use any salt because I've just lowered my blood pressure enough to go off of medication. Salt makes me swell up. Makes my fingers swell, my feet swell, makes my legs really achy, and it raises my blood pressure. So I don't want to do that. So I've got 2 tablespoons of my salt-free. And then I'm going to do about 1.5 tablespoons of chili powder. And then about 1 tablespoon of oregano. Let's see what's left in there. It's about 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. Remember, I always use garlic powder, not garlic salt. I'm not going to add any salt other than what was already in those canned tomatoes and tomato paste. And I know there's a little bit of salt in there, but that's all the salt that's going in here. Then we've got onion powder. And I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of onion powder. Then I've got cumin. And let's see, that's about 1 tablespoon of cumin. I've got paprika. If you like it a little bit spicier, you can use smoked paprika. I don't like really spicy food. So I'm going to do about 1.5 tablespoons of just regular paprika. And then just for a little bit of heat, but not much, I'm going to do 1/2 tablespoon of crushed red pepper. Maybe 1/4 tablespoon. I really don't want it real spicy, just a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to stir this all up, incorporate my spices, and I'm doing this in the Instant Pot, but if you have a slow cooker, you can put it in the slow cooker for probably about 6 hours. But I'm going to do it in the Instant Pot. Just put that liner back in. Check your seal, make sure everything's nice and tight. Put your vent to close. Lid on. Hit the manual button and adjust it. I'm going to do 20 minutes. It probably would do it in about 15 for the lentils, but I'm going to take it to 20 just because I don't need to eat that soon, okay? But I think 15 would do it if you're in a rush. Now, if you like my recipes, share them with your friends. Be sure and like the actual video because YouTube will save all of your liked videos. So when you say, oh, I saw that video and I think I'd like to make that tonight, you can find it very easily if you put it in your liked videos. So that's a good place for you to store it. And of course, hit that little bell so that you'll know whenever I've released a new video. Have a good night, guys. Enjoy.